Hello viewers, this is Say-La-Vee and welcome to another episode of our All the Mod 6 Let's Play series, episode 31. So I came over here to check on the bees real quick to see how they're doing. Sneak peek into the end of the episode there. But, yeah, so I haven't been generating emeralds for a while because apparently I haven't been generating anything out of here because I was out of bottles. So I'm going to have to update this to pull fluids or something, I guess. Yeah, so don't forget to keep an eye on your bees. Yeah. But anyway, another thing that I wanted to talk about here at the start of the episode is something that has been on my mind for a while now. So I'm really enjoying this series, and I'm enjoying where it's going and everything we've done. Sneak peek again to the episode here. But there's some items here that are going to be really hard to get. Like, that require the dragons. And that's a lot of time to find the dragons. I'm trying to think on something that I want to do, like specifically this block of dragon steel. Fighting these dragons, big old pain in the butt. Chaining it up and bringing it home, I can only imagine it's going to be worse. But in order to get the dragon forge, if we go here and go to Dragon Forge, in order to get the Dragon Forge, we need scales. There's 4. This is a 3x3 structure. That creates 4 with 5, and each of those is 9. So we need, what, 45 for 4 blocks? And then we need 4 blocks to do that, and then we need 8 blocks to do that. That's a lot of scales. That's a lot of dragons. I don't think I'm gonna have the patience to find that many dragons and kill that many dragons, so we're gonna have to try and either come up with an equivalent exchange for those to where I can just like throw away unobtainium and get fire steel, because I'm not doing that. Like, there's a level of challenge, and there's a level of fun, and that balance is broken by trying to do the ice and fire stuff, or fire and ice, whatever the name of that mod is. So I'm hoping you'll understand, but I'm not doing that. If we go to our statistics and we take a peek here down at the bottom, I have 6.92 days in this world. So let me open up a calculator real quick. So 6.92 times 24. I have 166 hours in this world, and I am not interested in spending several more hours in just trying to find dragons. Because not only do we need in here the fire steel, but we are also going to need for another one of these recipes. I can't remember which one right now off the top of my head. Not this one. There's somewhere in one of these recipes that we also need the Ice Dragon Forge. I can't remember where that is. So not only do we need to do all of that for the fire steel, we also need ice steel somewhere. And if I wish that I could remember so I could show you why, but I'm not killing that many dragons. And I'm also not going to try and generate dragon drops. I know that it tells you here in the book, if we go to achievements and go to dragons, it tells you to bring a woot thing. I might do that, but I've already killed 4 fire dragons. So I'm going to have to find 5 more of them. And this took not only several episodes to find like how to get there, but another several episodes worth of content to even kill / find. So I don't know. I'm gonna figure something out, or we're just gonna skip over those items and just say that we did it. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm not doing the dragon thing. Think what you want. Be disappointed. I'm gonna find something in the middle. I don't know if that's trading unobtainium and vibranium or what, but I will be making, I think here in the next coming episode, seeds for those resources so we can grow the 3 endgame metals instead of having to go find them all the time. But either way, I'm not doing the dragons. Sorry. Alright, so I have been doing, again, a lot here in between episodes, so I just want to show you the huge list of stuff we have completed. So this was all probably an episode's worth of stuff, maybe even 2, but it was so much grinding that I just wanted to get it done and over with. So I have completed all of the clay, the red sand, the soul sand, the netherrack, the stone, the obsidian, the edstone, and the snow that we are going to need for the dimensional seed. So if we go up here into our system and click on dimensional seed, all we have left is the emeralds. Now, in order to do the emeralds, I have had to make some changes here. So that is where we get into the backpack storage, the plant pot testing, the spawner build, and these seeds here. So pretty much all these are going to get covered at once. Power crafting, I just did some more crafting of the resources, so nothing crazy there. I don't even know why I wrote it down. But over here, if you can't tell, we have a new build. I have fully upgraded 2 skeleton spawners here. And I have placed some dread dirt there in the back, which is why we have another mob master here just killing all the 3 tall enemies. But what is going on is these are being funneled down into a killing chamber here. And then those things are being placed over here into a storage system. And we are extracting bones, ribs, and the skulls over into a crafter. Those crafters are turning those all into bones and bone meal. And then we have skeleton seeds here in a regular botany pot. Now, the thing that I was worried most about was that the routers weren't doing their job when I wasn't around, because it felt like they weren't producing enough. And I switched over to using these item users. So every tick, it is right-clicking, always on status, onto a botany pot. Because it's right-clicking, it is also picking up the crop. The only downside of that is that we need an absorption hopper to pick that up. I didn't trust the absorption hopper, but then I realized every mob farm I have and have ever seen relies on absorption hoppers to pick up their items, so why wouldn't it pick those up? So, we have skeletons being picked up, shoved down into the system, and then we are extracting skeleton essence out and inserting it directly into here. And one craft of that creates 12 bones. And then those bones are staying in the interior, and then they're being turned into bone meal. So, again, could probably do this a little bit better, but we come around here. I used all the aluminium we had to make machine ID 2, because this is ID 2 and ID 1. So we have a new system here. On the inside here, we have a huge setup producing emeralds. So this is 16 auto clickers, or item users, basically, that skeleton farm that we just looked at is putting into an ender chest set white, gray, white. And that is importing to here, exporting into all of these, and then those are repeatedly activating and bone mealing regular botany pots that are significantly easier to craft in this mod pack than the other ones, obviously, because we've spent several episodes trying to make it easier to craft those. But long story short, we are producing emeralds now here. And I built this upstairs section because I was going to do an internal mob system to create local bones, but it's a lot easier to do it this way. I am going to have to add more spawners to that area to get like an infinite amount of bone meal. or increase this setup here to instead be crafting more bones. But if we take a look here, we can see, you know what? Let's do that. No, because we're already pushing our bone meal limit with these extra seeds. So we're going to leave it here at 412 emerald plants. We're at 3 compressed emerald blocks. And what I realized right before I started this episode was over here in all the time that I made and tested the new system, we have 113 emerald blocks that are 1x compressed. So let's go put those in the system and see if that gets us anything. I'm hoping it does, but it probably won't. Okay, so that didn't even bring us to 4. Okay, well, you know, you win some and you lose some. That's up to 8. So 1x compressed. That's a 1x compressed. All right. Yeah, so we're just, we're waiting here. This is going to take forever. But also on our list of things, we completed the netherite. So if we go here to the Nexium emitter, all we need are the quantum entanglement, which we have. We created that together on camera. And we also have the crafting set up to make these. We just need to do the crafting. Now, if we go here, I crafted these. So if we look at nitro crystal, we've got 32 of them because one craft makes 16, which I did not realize. So I made 2 crafts and was like, holy, I have way too much of these. That is not what I wanted to do. So if we go to at power, we have the one spirited. So we just need to craft together one of these. And boom. All right, that has been done. So what do we need to craft this? We are missing 4 blazing crystals, 8 spirited crystals, and 8 niotic crystals. So the blazing is what again? The blazing crystal is a blaze rod. And we are missing how many? 2? 4. Okay, so I'm going to take 4 blaze rods, 8 emeralds, and 8 diamonds. I'm going to go compress those right now. So, emerald. We don't have any in the system. Well, actually, we've got a couple of these. We're going to move that into our system here. Yeah, we're definitely going to go put those in the backpack. But for now, there's the 8 that I'm going to need. Let's go to diamond. Got 8 of those ready to go. Put that away. And blaze rods. All right. I'm going to go craft this. And I'll be right back. Or well, we'll craft that together, but I need to craft the resources. All right, so I have completed here the final crafting bits that we are going to need for our final energizing rod. So let's get that crafted. We should watch it flicker through the system here. Let me play my Spotify real quick now that I'm realizing. And boom, it is done. So we can now craft quantum. Boom. Another creative item crafted here. The Nexium emitter. Super, super awesome, guys. Yeah. Let's take a peek. Creative. All right, we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items left. Which, speaking about that, we still need to figure out how the heck I'm going to get a pulsating black hole, considering that these chaos shards are a nightmare. I think what I have to do is fight the Chaos Guardian in the end, which I have found. I located it. It's, in case you didn't know, it spawns at 10,000, 10,000 in the end, and every variation of that. So 10,000, negative 10,000, negative 10,000, 10,000, and then negative negative. So if you fly out to that area and then land on the ground, it will start the spawn-in process of the Chaos Guardian. And the Chaos Guardian is a really hard fight. Not hard difficult, but just hard in the fact that it has so much health and does so much damage. We're going to have to upgrade our armor. And something that I realized is that we do not have any more vibranium. So we can finally get rid of that. Yeah. So the dimensional shard, all we're waiting for is the emerald, and then we'll be done with that crafting recipe. But if we go look at vibranium, we have 41 nuggets, which we can compress into ingots. So we've got 4 ingots of vibranium, and we are going to need a whole lot more than that. So if we go look at vibranium armor here, armor, no crash damage while flying, immune to damage using fire and lava, protection from damage sources using wither, and no fall damage. Okay, so we're going to need 4 plus 7. Hold on, my brain just turned off. That's 11. Plus 8 is 19. Plus 5 is 24. So we need 20 more ingots of vibranium, which is 10 more ore. So I think what I'm going to do is take our Charm of Vibranium site here. Actually, we're going to need to take one of these and go repair our pickaxe a little bit. Slap that in there. Boom. Alright, so we'll bring that back up to a respectable amount of health. And then grab... Where is it? Right there, the flux borer. Okay. So I grabbed our flux borer. We're actually going to need the vibranium pick to mine the vibranium that we find. So we'll do that. Throw that away. All right, I'm going to go to the nether and try and find us some more vibranium. And here is the last one to make 10. Now, I got some fun plans for this, so let's head back to base and we will take care of this once and for all. After we murder those guys. Uh-oh. Okay, so I'm not quite sure why this happened, but we have a new portal now for some reason. This one did not want to link up. I think it broke somehow, but I guess I'll figure that out. I'm gonna go put the stuff that I just picked up over into this system, and then we'll trash the rest. So do. Netherite? Yeah, get that out of here. We don't want the crystals. We don't care about the leather. We don't care about the cooked pork chops. We don't care about the crystal. We don't care about that. Alright, so let's turn off our vibranium site. Let's put that away. Thank you for your help, sir. And let's go over here. So, what I want to do in this episode is I want to start off into mechanism a little bit further. So if we look at this vibranium ore, we can turn in the chemical injection chamber one of these using hydrogen chloride into 4, and then this gets used in the purification chamber with oxygen into clumps, and then those clumps in the crusher get turned into dirty dust. That dirty dust gets enriched into dust, and then that dust gets smelted into ingots. So yeah, we can quadruple our ores, and that is what I intend on doing. So we go to @mechanism. Mechanism. I forgot it's with a K. Alright, so we go back to, sorry for the flash there. Go back to here. We need the chemical injection chamber. Uses for that's the purification chamber. Uses for that's the crusher. Uses for that's the enrichment chamber. Uses for that, the energized smelter. What do we need for this? We need the atomic alloy and elite controls. Make 2 of those. Make 2 of those. Make the enrichment chamber. We're gonna need 3 of those. Okay. That requires a purification chamber. Requires 2 of those. Purification chamber. We need 2 more because we're going to need a purification chamber. We need the chemical injector. So we've got that one, and the enrichment chamber. The crusher. We need 2 buckets of lava. Which, if I recall, there is still lava over here to be had. Perfect. Let's take that over here to our base. Let's not nuke our base with lava. Toss that away. Make a crusher. And make a smelter. So if we go here to mechanism, chemical that, and that. All right. So we can put our spectral eye away. I was using that to hunt dragons, which is a conversation we're going to have here soon. We can also put our nature compass away. So in order to do this, we are going to need the energized smelter last, then the crusher, then the enrichment chamber, purification, and chemical injection. So that is the line of machines we are going to need. So we are going to have to power all of these. Take a flux point real quick. And some energy cables. Do. Do that. All these should fill up with energy. They were filling up in my inventory already, which is awesome. Now, in order to use this, to get the quadruple out of here, we need what? Chemical injection, we need hydrogen chloride. In order to get hydrogen chloride, we need hydrogen and chlorine. Hydrogen we can electrolytically separate, I believe, yep, out of water. And we're also going to need the oxygen, so we're not wasting that at all. But how do we get chlorine? So that is from sodium and chlorine. Or nope. We need brine. Sodium. So this might be a lot more than I thought. Alright, let me dig through some recipes here real quick, figure out what exactly I'm going to need, and I'll bring you back. Alright, so to bring you guys back in here, I have all the machines laid out that we are going to need. So we've got the chemical injection chamber, the purification chamber, the enrichment chamber, into the crusher, and then finally into the energized smelter. And then in order to make everything, I finally figured it out. So the hydrogen chloride comes from hydrogen, which we are making here in a electrolytic separator that is creating hydrogen in this tank for now, just so we can fill up on oxygen. And we are also needing chlorine. So chlorine is electrolytically separated out of brine, and brine turns into sodium and chlorine. So I was trying to figure out how to make chlorine, but then I realized that this gets separated into these two. So the brine that we need comes from concentrating flowing brine, or gaseous brine actually. And gaseous brine comes from burning down salt in a chemical oxidizer. So we've got a chemical oxidizer here with brine in it, or with salt in it, turning into brine. The brine is being output into this condensator, and it is condensating into regular brine over here. This brine is then going to have to go into the chemical, or the electrolytic separator here, which we will open that up, go into side config. I've been turning all of these off except for power. And then we're going to input fluids into the back. And this should be auto ejecting on. And it should be outputting fluids to the front. So now this is separating into chlorine and sodium. Perfect. And now that sodium and this oxygen here the chemical infuser. So we need to infuse okay, so this is the light blue. Turn that off. We need to output cyan to the front. And this, we can turn all these off, except for that one. We are inputting from the back orange there. Okay. And then we are also inputting gases to the left, number 1. Here we are outputting cyan. I need a gas cable. Hopefully we have one down here. We don't. What is the gas cable? Mechanical pipe, pressurized tube. That is what that is. So let's grab this pressurized tube. Go like that. Make sure that's outputting. Make sure that's inputting. Make sure that's inputting, because why not? All right. So now this should be creating, once we turn on ejection here. Input orange on the back. This is outputting ejection on. Not quite sure what's going on here. Oh, that needs power probably. Let's make another set of power tubes. Okay, so that's powered. Now it's still not inputting the oxygen into the back. It's outputting somewhere. Oh, I need to be outputting blue. So we can take that tank out of there now. And then the oxygen is going to have to go into there. So we're going to need more pressurized tube here, because this is the final bit here. How do we make the pressurized tube? Make 16 of those. Gases, we'll turn that off. We want to pull out of the top. Gases, top, output. Gases, input to the top. This should fill up with hydrogen chloride. This should be turning into what we need here. Aha, perfect. Vibranium shard. Okay, so now the vibranium shard is going to get... We need some item pipes. Oh, I did add in a crafting terminal up here, obviously. Logistical transporters, let's get those. Okay, so items, we are outputting to the right, and here we are inputting items to the left. Pulling, pushing, pulling, nope. I didn't know that I could change the color of these. That's interesting. We are going to need hydrogen here, or oxygen, sorry. So the pressurized tube, we're going to need to output 2 on the back. Make sure that is set to pull. And then here we are going to need to input gases on the front. That should be filling with hydrogen now. It was outputting hydrogen, not oxygen. Okay, perfect. This is now working. This has stopped working. Must be because we are out of brine, I would assume. So we're going to need a lot of salt. So we're going to have to get into generating salt here, I think. And salt comes from... I was looking up which trash can expelled gases, by the way. Salt comes from bees. So we are going to have to create a salt bay. Not sure where these come from. Looks like we need to go to a lake to find it. We can capture a salt bee. See if we have a salt. Oh, we already have a salt bee. Awesome. So 1 salt bee. What does it flower off of? Salt. Uses, flowers, salt block. Okay. So we're going to need a salt block for this guy. See if we can't find one real quick together. Boom. There is some salt. Oh, I did move all of those machines that we had set up, obviously, up here. If you couldn't tell. Okay, so this created the clumps. So we are going to output items to that side, then input items to this side. Output to pull. And that was items. Not sure why that's not outputting. And that is blue. Output blue. Thought. Oh, we need to crush it first. Okay, so this needs to swap with this. Item input, and then we are outputting the front. This is going to input the left. Change this back to no color. Change that to pull. Change that to nothing. Here we are outputting to the right. Change this pipe to output. We are inputting from the left. Perfect. We're about to get 4 ingots here, hopefully. Let's see if we can't get a hopper here. Look at the recipe for this. Never mind. Hopper. Craft one of those. Do items input from the left. That will input the salt, so we can dump salt there. Perfect. So we are creating 4 times energy, or 4 times stuff here, which is awesome. I did not think that we would ever be doing this. Let me grab my... Oh, we should have it here. Yep, personal shrinking device. Shrink ourselves down to a block here. So this is almost to make another one. And then we'll have 40 vibranium out of that stack whenever this decides to continue. So that is super awesome. This isn't the best setup, obviously. We are going to need more salt to make this even remotely worth it. I will set up bees in between episodes here, I think. But for now, I think this one's just going to have to be on the shorter side, guys. This has been fun. So, I would like to tell you right now that if you have liked the video, leave it a like. If you disliked it, give it a dislike. If there's anything you want to say to me or the other people of YouTube, you can do that in the comment section below. But guys, thank you for all of the support that you've shown on this series and everything. We finally have a couple of episodes up above 100 views, so very, very large, loud thank you to everybody that has caused that to happen. But this has been Say-La-Vee, and bye-bye.